we've been talking about identity governance, and we were able to cover PIM and access review. Yeah. So for oh, I wanted to say I don't know what this password is. Yeah, but good I saved it. So yeah, we we spoke about PIM, right? Can somebody give me a summary of what PIM is all about? Like, what do you think PIM is? I don't need all those stuff you're reading from documentation. Like, how can you just see PIM? Like, just tell me what you can. If they say, okay, tell me about PIM. There are different ways you can tell me about PIM, but just how can you just explain PIM? Do you have any idea? I don't want to like waste time. I will just move like very quick. Or like one of the use of PIM. Do you have any idea?
Yeah, PIM is a tool, an Active Directory tool that allows us to control access to our resources in the directory.
Okay. I can that's also a very good answer, right? We can control access. Yeah. So um so we don't take our time, right? For PIM, one simple way you can probably just explain it is just a way to manage resources that a user have access to even when the account is compromised, right? Why I always use that is that user can actually somebody can actually have gain access to a particular user's account, a user account, and then when that person gains access, the person can is limited to the resources which they can actually have access to. So for example, now somebody is getting access to Tosin's um account, right? Now, if the person tries to log in, if Tosin is probably our exchange admin, what is going to happen next? The person is going to be breaking stuffs in exchange, deleting users, mailbox, and just creating, even if they are not even doing that, the person might probably be creating transport rules and all of that. But when we are using this PIM now, the person would need to go and activate that PIM. And if, for example, the person is very smart and also knows that, okay, I need to activate this PIM, what will be the next thing? The person will have to, depending on how you configure it. So for your organization, you probably want to increase your security. You should have enabled MFA when anybody wants to get a particular role. You probably set justification for audit purpose and all of that. If a user now is going in and the user is trying to activate that role, the person will be looking at, okay, I need MFA. So if maybe there's no MFA justification, what are you going to be saying? Oh, I want to go and we don't have anything like that. Um we don't have any job that is related to what you're telling us. Because when the person that wants to approve it is probably saying the justification, can probably just say, "Oh, Samuel is calling Tosin. Why do you want to use this thing? You just sent me a justification that you want to access your exchange for this particular stuff, and I don't think we need to do that at this moment, right?" So at that point, Tosin can probably say, "Oh, I didn't send that justification." Then we can now start saying, oh, your account has been compromised. So even if maybe we don't do that, then probably we might say, oh, MFA, and the person will be like, oh, I don't have access to MFA. Now you see that you've tried to help reduce the impact when Tosin's account as an exchange administrator was compromised, right? So um there are other stuffs you can actually do. There are other features that we can still keep talking about when we're talking about PIM, right? Then we also spoke about access review. So if you're looking at access review, what I was talking about the last time was imagine having multiple departments, having a lot of users coming into your organization, having contract staffs and all of that. How do we control these stuffs? Some of these things that are happening, we can actually control it, but with access review, we can try to automate some stuffs, right? We have a contract staff coming to work in our organization, and we know the contract staff would probably be spending just 3 months, and we need to give access to a particular stuff. With access review, we can say, okay, if we are giving this guy this access. After 3 months, we need you to review this access. And when you review this access, we can now set the decision. Either we'll deny the user access or probably extend, or one, we just can't configure it, which we did, right? We can also make users review themselves. That if probably they are in a particular group, right? If you're not probably active in that group, like for 30 days, we are not seeing you signing in, we can choose to say, oh, you're not really using that access for any stuff. It might not even be, how will I put it, signing in. It might just be probably you're moved from one department to another department to collaborate with people in another department. You might just be like a graphics design guy, and because you have to design stuff for the HRO, they have an event coming up, and HRO planning committee, they just give you access there so that you can be looking at their resources, the images they need, so you can do those designs. Now, you as the IT guy, you might not know when they are done with the whole design and when the graphics guy should be done with accessing those files, right? With access review, you can just set self review. The graphics guy can get to review himself, and he would say, oh, do you need access for this? Are you still working on this? No, I'm not. And the access for that particular those resources and group or whatsoever where it is will be removed. We can also configure it in such a way where the manager, that's the owner of the group, would be the one that will carry out this review. So there are lots we can do. We've already done demo on it, and I'm happy that some people, they did their demo and they sent me their slide, right? They did the same thing I did, and some went ahead to touch other stuff. So today, what I want us to do is to look at the entitlement management. So for entitlement management, is still there's still access review in entitlement management when you're looking at it, right? There are other stuffs I will just try to talk about. So what I'll be talking about today will be this catalog and the access package, right? So these connected organizations, I would like to talk about it, but I won't talk about it today because I want to try to explain B2B connect and collaboration. Like I want to just try to see how to explain that. Then I'll come here and talk about this. So when we're talking about this entitlement, I've explained access review, I've explained PIMP. For entitlement, how are we going to explain entitlement? Imagine you going to work in an organization now. When you get to that organization, you might not know some of the resources you need or some of the access you probably need, right? But if, as an organization, we already know that if this person is coming into this department, this is everything that this person would need to get their job running very smoothly and efficient, right? So we know that this guy is going to be the exchange administrator. He needs access to exchange admin group, portal. He needs to be in this group where they will be collaborating with probably the cyber security guys when they want to create DLPs and all of that. He needs maybe a particular compliance. We know all those stuffs. We know the resources that this new user would be needing when they get into our organization. What we can do, we can create a catalog and add those resources that they need, and then we would now create access package. So once you create this access package, all you need to do is you send them the link, depending on how you configure it. I'll do one, right? Then, as usual, you would do the other ones testing. You would what is going to happen is we would what was I saying? I'm lost. Yeah, we'll create all the resources they need for in a catalog. Now, when we are done with that, we can now create the access package. Now, what you should also see is if we create this catalog, right, we can choose to pick some resources when we are creating the access package. I would do that. I don't want it to look like I'm just talking now. So what I want to do, I just want to pick a user here. So the user I'll be picking now is who do I like now? I think Christy. Yeah. So I want Christy to be what's happening? Oh, I think I wasn't logged in. Maybe it was timed out. Uh, okay. Okay. Christy doesn't like me, so it's all good. Let me look for someone else. Yeah. So Deborah, I've been using Deborah. Diego. Yeah. So Diego. Let me see who Diego is. Yeah. Oh, she's back. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. So this is fine. We are here. So now look at oh Diego. Okay. So look at Diego now. If we look at here, he doesn't have any administrator access, right? And he has a manager which is Wilkie, right? So how to add this manager is not something serious. You just click edit and type the manager name so that when they're on team, you will see the organization diagram, how it will show their manager and all of that. So, but now why I actually pointed your attention to that manager is because I would his approval will come from his manager. That's what may I want to use. So that's why I just pointed that. So, but I just want us to be sure that we don't have what do they call it? We don't have any role here. So I'm going to create a group now for this guy. So before I do that, let me reset his password as usual so we can log into his account on incognito mode. So I will just come to incognito mode now and I would where is Diego is loading. Okay. So while Diego is loading, okay, it's already done. Sorry. Yeah, I'll come to group, right? So once I come to group, let's just go to all group. I'll create an account, sorry, a new group. So this group I want to create, I want to assign a role to this group. Now, I would not be adding you to this group. Once you come to my organization, I'll be like, oh, take this link. And once you take the link, everything you need goes, you get everything you need. So I'm not adding anybody to this group, right? I'll just probably give this group the owner, right? The owner is mode. Let me give it mode. I'm not supposed to click there. I was supposed to name the group, but my hand went there. So it's all good. So I have the owner. So this is going to be our exchange admin. So anybody coming here should be an exchange admin. Now I'm not adding I'm not adding any this thing here, member. So we have Azure AD roles can be assigned to this group. Yeah, so description, this group is for the exchange admin users. So I can come here and okay, let's leave it there. This is what I want to do. I want to assign a role to this. So now this is the role I want to assign. So I'm clicking on this. Remember, I'm creating a group called Exchange Admin. So let me give this Exchange Admin. Yep. Select. So let me see something. So I want um what we can test with the portal. Let me leave it in that exchange. Instead of going to M365 admin, we just go to exchange. It's the same thing. So I think we've been using stuffs that will take us to admin center. So let me just say one of the, so let's leave it here in exchange. So I'll create this now, right? This is a security group. Yeah. So I would, yes. So this is the group I created. Now, once we are talking about the idea of catalog, what we have our catalog. Let me, do I have my paint? Where is my paint? This is not, yeah, so this is my paint. Oh, hold on, it ran away to another screen. Yeah, yeah. So let me drag my paint here. So if we have our catalog, right, we can actually fill it with the resources we need in this catalog. So one thing I'll be putting in this our catalog right here is this group I created, right? We can as well give them access to a SharePoint file, Teams group. We can give them a lot of access just in one place, right? In this catalog file. Even if we have applications connected to our Azure, we can as well give them access to those applications. So once we create this catalog and add all these resources, we are going to create our access package, which will probably be sitting at the gates here, so that if we create our package here, let's just say it's probably sitting here. So for you to get in here, you have to hit here, and when you hit here, you have somebody that is going to be waiting here to approve you. So once the person approves you, then you can get into the resources that you're supposed to have access to. So let me just close that and go back here to our entitlement. So this is our entitlement. What do I need? What do I need to do? Catalog, yeah. Yeah, so this is catalog. Yeah, there's supposed to be a default one that comes with this tenant, general. So if you don't create yours, you would just find yourself somewhere here. Now I want to create a new catalog. Now, when it comes to creating new catalog, you can actually give a user admin rights to create this catalog. So that's when we are talking about the settings and all this stuff. So just because of time, I will just do a demo of how to create it. Then when we come back again, I will try to explain these other ones. So now for the catalog, I will just give it so let me just say exchange admin. I doing. Oh, so this is what mm, is it? Let me just say exchange catalog instead of too much talk. Yeah, so I'm going to give this catalog, or let me just say not catalog, resource for exchange. So what am I doing? um, okay. So yeah, this option here, they say if enabled, all access package in this catalog will be able to be requested by users in policy. So yes, I will enable this. Enable for external users. Yes. So you can enable this if probably you have people that would guest users or other collaboration organization, right? That would probably have to work in your admin center in Exchange. So you can turn this on for them, right? So I will just create this catalog. So I have this now, and there's no resource in this catalog, right? So if I click this catalog, right, I can come here and add my resource. So if I come here, what I will do, I'll click on add resource. And what am I going to add now? I'll add that group. So you can see here group and teams, application, SharePoint site. So you can add all of that. So what I need now, I need that exchange. This was the exchange admin, right? Yeah, so I can select it. You can add more group. Probably you want, I don't know, these groups they came by default, right? So you can probably just say, oh, you want this guy to be in one of these group. I don't know which of them I would pick. So probably I want them to be in, I don't even know what to pick. So yeah, okay, I can put them in HR. Yeah. So I'm just doing this because if you have new people um come to work, right? You should be able to get updates. But let me even confirm which group is this HR first of all. I'm just I'm just picking groups that I'm not sure of. So I'm just trying to show you that you can add other groups, right? Okay, yeah, nice. Okay, just to be sure. Yeah. So I'm adding this group, right? The idea is if you probably need to get the name of a new employee, it should be coming from HR so that you can create their email account. So that's why I'm just adding this. Just so you SharePoint site, you can as well add SharePoint sites to your catalog. I don't know if this have one. It should. Yeah, so they have the. Let me just pick. This is actually let me just add that. So I'm adding all this. This is what they should have access to when they start working, or probably if they get transferred to this department. So I'm adding that, and let's see what's going to happen next. Okay, boom, I'm done. So with this now, I can choose to just come here and create the access package. These are you want to give somebody admin role for the owner of this package reader. You can actually assign this to someone, right? So when you're assigning this to someone, it just simply means if you if you have, what do they call it, if probably you're the busy guy, right, and you have other people working under you, they can be editing this resource here. They can probably add new one, take it new one out, create stuff. So they have other stuff to do. So but now this access package, I can come here and just say create access package. Now this access package I'm creating is directly going to be running under this catalog I created. But now let's come here back. So what if I come here and click access package? I'm not going coming to catalog, right? And then I'm going to um, create. So if you see now that I'm going to create, let me just do admin. I think I'm hearing like a small voice coming sound. Okay, I think it's not fun. So this is what I'm going to do. Let me just say exchange admin access. So this is what we have here. So if we're going to describe this, I would say this is give access to exchange admin. Yeah. So this is my best description. So if I go to next, I just want to show you something. You see, I'm still coming back to this position on this particular place where they say add groups. So if I click on add groups now, you can see I'm seeing just two groups here. Remember, I added, we have multiple groups in this tenant. But why you're seeing this is because it's showing you what is in your catalog. Now, remember the catalog I'm in is general. So I'll just go back. You can actually see something that is not in your catalog. You can click here and then you get to see other ones. But once you create your catalog, just go to the basic pack and change this to this is the catalog I created. I'll leave this, right? Create new catalog. I don't need to do that. So I'm just showing you this. If I created this directly when I was in the catalog, right? I wouldn't need to be doing all this. But I'm just telling you for a scenario where you have to just go and start creating it. Remember to take the right catalog and also confirm the resources that you need are there. So now if I come here, add group, you can see my group just came out for me without stress. So those I can as well choose to just pick maybe one of the group for this particular access package I'm creating. So if I come to SharePoint, I will just come here and select this. So I added that, did I? Okay, yeah. So now these users, once they have access to this um resource, what role should I give them? So I'll give them members. They should be members. So member. So if they are gaining access to this group or whatsoever, they should be member. You can as well create for people that are in higher position where if they gain access to your group, they can become the owners, right? You just give them access. Oh, we have a new maybe head of IT, CTO coming in, and you already have package for him, and you take your package. It's just like Christmas package. You have everything you need in your package, and you can just pick whatsoever you want. So now I'm going to next here. So once we come to next here, there's a lot of stuff here. So I would do one, you will do the rest. So one other one that I might say you should not do, you will do the rest. I would still explain if you have issues, although I will come back to doing this because of the connect organization I want to explain. So, but for this now, if we have for users in our directory, let's just focus on that because they are coming to the new staff we're employing, our exchange guy. So when we come here, right, we can specify a user and group. That means we just say, oh, people in this particular group. So this thing can actually be, they need a lot of planning when you're doing most of this stuff. Because if you see now, I can still say, oh, I'm specifying this package for a particular group. That means if people from this particular group or this specific user gets the link, I don't need to approve. They should just gain access to it. So you can see we can connect things, right? But I want to do it for all members, excluding guests, because I am targeting people that will work in my organization. This one, including guests, that means contract staff, anybody can actually use this, right? So what's the best one? Let me use this for people that I'm hiring, or anyone is fine. But if I'm using any of these, what I would like to do next is I would like to say, okay, I need approval, because if I say anybody can just have access to it, that have in the organization, anybody that has the link will just probably gain access. So, but I want to approve. I don't want automatic approval. So what I'll be doing here now is, let me leave it here. So what I'll be doing here now is, you can see required justification, yes, right? How many stages? I don't, because this is a demo, I don't want to make it long. So I'll put one. So remember when we were doing review, we spoke about manager. I don't know who used manager, right? I said you should try yours with manager. So for those that tried using manager, congrats. But for this, I'll use manager. Remember why I I left that place. So I showed you how to add manager here. I'll be back there. I didn't know left the place. So now this is the person that can approve for the user, the manager. So I'm pointing this out now. And why I'm pointing it out is because we have add fallback. What if this person does not approve it? Someone else, right, should be there to take over. But not even about if this person is not there. What if we have a user that doesn't have a manager? What is going to happen to that user? We have a new user. Maybe the person setting up the account did not add a manager, or that particular user does not have a manager. Then we need a fallback person. So that fallback person is my favorite Debra that I've been using. Or I should use Adele. No, Deborah's. I've already chose Deborah. Yeah. So this is Deborah. So I'll be using Deborah, right? Now decision must be made in how many days? So if your manager is probably very busy signing papers, going for events and all of that, let's give him time to approve. But no, you can't wait for 14 days. It's too long. This guy has to work. Yeah. So let's do 3 days. You see, maximum is 14 because you're giving somebody access and you're waiting for like 1 month. It doesn't really make sense, right? So we have justification. Justification is okay. Then request new enable new request. So this policy, yes, I would turn this on. Then I would go to next. So for next, right? These are the things you're probably going to do for your own self to see how it works. I'm not going to do it for you. It just simply means you can ask the user some questions that you want them to answer. And when you ask them those questions, um you get the answers and you specify the answers. You can choose to say, why do you choose to work in this organization? You shouldn't do that, right? But it's more like asking questions, right? You just ask questions. You can add um localization. That's more like language. And if you make this required, that means they have to answer the question. Like, are you willing to accept this role and you would use it very well? So you can ask those questions. Yeah. Once you do that, we also have attributes. Yeah, you can try all of this yourself. So I'm not doing this. Life cycle. So once you come to life cycle, you can see we are going back to a review that we already did, right? We can set up review access for this particular group we just created. We've already done review access, so I'm not going to do this. You already know what it is. So access package assignment expire. Yep, we can say never, right? Because this guy, it will probably expire when he resigns. We don't know when he's going to resign. This is just for people we are employing. Users can specify the timeline. No, except maybe we need guests, but no, right? We want him to hold it. Should hold it. Yeah. So for this if condition rule that is in preview, you can as well try this. We are not going to try this too. So, but what this is actually saying is if this particular event happened, this is what should follow and all of that. So we are not using this. And I'm going to next. So here is like review and create. Let's just see what this is going to do now. Okay, boom. We have our we've created our access right package. Now this is the link you will send to that user. So let's go back to that our friendly Diego. Yeah, so this Diego. I will need Diego's username and password, and I will also need his manager username and password because two of them they have to work for me now. So let me just get. I'm coming from another screen now. I'll pull it up. Yeah, so this should be here. Yeah. So this is Diego. I don't know your password. So let me just do this. Yeah. So let me type this out. Just hold on. Let me use this notepad. Yeah. So this is for Diego, right? I'll just copy this. So this is Diego. so I don't come back here again. Now let's just see. Diego has no admin access here. Where is Will Wiki? Yeah, this is Nestor. Yeah, so I'm going to also get the account for Nestor because Nestor would be approving for Diego. Did I add? Okay, I added Deborah, right? Just in case. Okay, so I think I would get one more user. So you can see this person's manager is Patty. So let me just reset his account because while that is running, let me just do this. Um, that link, right? No, sorry, that link, the access link. This is it. I just want to go there. Why do I have to incognito mode running? Okay, so I'll just hit this here and yeah. So Diego, just go in and see what's happening here. Okay, so this is Diego. Okay, let me just close this off. Yeah, so this is the access package, right? We have the request history, nothing is showing here, approvals, nothing here, access review, nothing here, right? So when we did our access review, we saw this. So, but this is where we're focusing on now. So I will click on the request, right? So once I click on this request, what is the justification? I will just say I am the new exchange guy in this organize in the organization. I'm just using that as the justification. So I'll request access now. So I've sent access. I've requested for the access, right? Let's go to this guy. This is the guy that is going to be the manager. So let me just hit this down. Uh, I'll pick this guy and where do I put this guy now? Yeah. So for this guy, I can go to that my access we went to, right? And I'll paste this. Yep. So let me pick his password. And I'm just going to put this here. Yep, 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 yep. Okay. So he's logged in now. And while we are trying to see what is going to be happening here, I need one other guy. Um, Miriam. Mm, something is happening. Why is this slow? So let Miriam be. Okay, nice. Do you have a manager? Oh, let's just go to Patty. I think Patty is managing a lot of people. So let's see. I just want to show you something. Patty, please. Why Patty is loading? Okay. Does he have a manager? No. So Patty does not have a manager. So she's probably the boss. So I'll reset Patty's account. Yeah. Mm. I don't know if you have an idea why I'm looking for somebody that doesn't have a manager.
Because you want to try the fallback or so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So because I used manager, right? I want to see what happens when we are trying to use fallback. So let me keep party here. So yeah, I think I have this here. So let me check this. No, not let's go to approvals, right? Yeah. So now this is approvals, and we have Diego here. So I would approve for Diego, and while I'm doing that, I can see the request details. Yeah. So it's requested by this, access to this. You can see the access, and then you can see the time, you can see the justification, right? So if we go back, we can see the package details. So you can see what he will be having access to. You become a member, right? We have everything here, and you can see approval history. So this is pending. Nothing has happened yet. So I would come and approve, and I would say I just got he's the guy. Yeah. So he's the guy. Now I will approve this. So while this is approving, let me quickly run down here. So what is going to be happening here? Let's just go to refresh. So there'll be a delivery now. The package will be getting to him. So let's just come to request history. So you can see it's delivering the package. The package is not yet delivered. The package is coming. So you can even view what's happening. Yeah. So you can see he submitted it. It was pending the time, and this guy approved it. Now you can see what's happening. We are waiting for the package to arrive so that this guy can be the guy who he deserves to be. Yeah, so let's wait and see what's going to happen. So I'll just do another refresh for this and see if, yeah, so this has been delivered. So now we can try to assess this. Before I even go to assess that, let's come here. So let's go to Diego's account and just confirm something. Where's Diego? This is Diego, right? Now, where is your Diego? Come up. Yep. Diego is now our exchange administrator. So just think about this. I don't have to say, oh, this guy's coming to work in IT department. Give him this, give him this, give him this. Oh, we forgot to give you this. Like, most times you probably need to do something and say, oh, I don't have access to. So, oh, we are supposed to give you this. Take this. I don't have access. Oh, take this. So once you know all those stuffs, you can just group them, create a catalog to them, and once someone is resuming, take, and the person can start doing whatsoever they want, and they'll have access to whatsoever they need to. So I will close this now, and I can just go to Exchange Admin. So if I come here, so this should be admin dot exchange. Yeah, this is it. So now Diego can do everything. Yeah. So he can do what he needs to do in exchange and all of it. So you can see. So Diego has permission to this place. So that's for Diego. So let's just end this with Patty. That's the boss. So what I'm going to do I have another browser? No. So I think um this our boss here is done with his approval, right? So let's just see what it looks like in his end. I want to just get rid of this browser so I can um log in with Party. So if I'm logging in with Party, right, what is going to happen is somebody needs to approve. So this is the history, so I can come and view as well. So yeah, you can see I can come back to history and view. So I'm done with him. Let me come back. I need two more people to come on board. So the where am I going to? Yeah, I will just come back, pick this. Now I'm giving this to Patty. Patty, have this. Oh, I made a mistake. Hmm, let me go back. I'm coming back with this guy. I don't just want to be that fast. So let's do this. I want this guy back. There's a reason for everything. I think there's space here. I just wanted to see what's happening. Most times people would explain these and they don't show you what is actually happening, right? So I always like people to see what exactly is going on. So yeah, let this guy be here. I would come here. This this Diego, right? Let me take off Diego. And who is this? Okay. This yeah. So he can be here. I want to bring in Patty. Can I just use this? Yeah. So now Patty should come. Let me just copy both. Yeah. Okay. So now we are here, right? So we already understand what's happening here. Yeah. This party, the most respected party. So you just have to give her the role. So let's come here and see this guy pending approval. Zero. But she just sent a request, right? Yep. This is not her manager. She doesn't have any manager. So what I would do now, let me just close this. I know I can actually log out and log back in, but yeah, this is fast. So we gave somebody, that was Adele, right? I don't know if you can remember who we gave that stuff. Adele, right? You're not following. Who was our fallback plan? Yeah.
Fallback was
Yeah.
Patty.
It
Deborah.
was Deborah. No?
Deborah,
Deborah. Is
Deborah,
it Deborah?
Deborah.
Exactly. You following. So where's my favorite Deborah? So I'm going to. Oh, Adele is still coming up. But I was waiting for you. You didn't come up. Deborah. While Deborah is loading, let me just do this. And this is loading fast. Okay. So to just save time, I'm copying everything. No need to paste on Notepad. I'll just paste it and yeah. So please, please, I'm begging you. I don't want to like see some people doing this. The idea about learning is practicing. If I'm explaining all this and you're just looking at me, trust me, you're not learning. You would forget it. So just try it. And the beauty of trying it is trying other stuff. So I did not try. So yeah, I want before we come back tomorrow, right, to continue, we should um we should have tried it on our tenants. Yeah. Yeah. So this is So I think for identity governance now we already understand what's up is happening there. Yeah, let's see. If I come to approval now, to our fallback plan. Yeah, this is Deborah. Approve. So almighty party. Yep. So I'm going to submit this. Yeah. So party doesn't have a manager, but then we have a fallback plan. That's plan B. So let's see what's happening here. What's happening to our request? Hmm. So you can see pending approval. So this should be coming in soon. Let's just refresh this page. So it's already, they've already way built our role for us. Is on the way. So we just need to wait. And so I just want to party. Let's go to party. Yeah, no, I just want to confirm. So there's nothing here, right? Let's wait for this to be delivered. This still coming. Yeah. So yeah, delivered. Now Patty should have what she needs. Come up, come up, come up. Yep. So now there are other stuffs you can do with this. I'm just using this to show you what exactly is happening. So now you see how the entitlement work, right? So I've been able to explain PIM, access review, and entitlement. Although I'm still coming back to um cover some other stuff. So today is just to like show you what exactly it does and just so you get an overview of what I'm trying to explain. So we'll be back to continue the part two of this whole stuff. Yeah, we would see other stuff. You know, even for the users, I used users in my directory. There are other stuffs you can use there. But for those of you that are always ahead, right? I've already told you what this can do. I've already done a sample, a demo. You can just start touching other stuffs. Open the documentation for Microsoft and start looking at what you can get from it. So for today, this is where we are going to end. I've covered, I think I did two stuffs today. I tried to do storage pool from on-prem. That was like something different. I was just trying to explain something we missed while we're talking about the servers, right? So I've covered the storage pool and now I'm doing entitlements. But before doing entitlement, I've done access review, privilege identity management, and now we're done with entitlement and we're still coming back to touch other stuffs and would also talk about some other stuffs that you can do that are connected with this entitlement. So thank you. And now I will just try to get questions from those that have questions. So I just want to end this video because I don't want the video to always be very, very long in